this reverend man of God, Martin Luther King Jr., where he made a message, a Sunday message, he gave to the whole world about that particular Sunday, first Sunday of March. And in that message says that the world have gone into several wars, till finding a solution that will bring the world to a peace, in a more comfortable manner. But being the case that the condition is not an ordinary one. He continued that particular problem continued in the sense that a solution was not yet proffered to this particular occurrence in the world, and that was the reason why him, Martin Luther King Jr., went on to make some proclamation, make some words that things should be done right, so that we can get to that particular situation, that particular condition, where there will be peace in the world, where you will have a better place for the people to enjoy their liberty, to able to cooperate and then do things together. And despite the wars that was fought with chemical weapons, with different ammunitions, different things, still that particular condition has not come to be. The world is still in turmoil due to experiences of war. So many things going on still in the world. Then Martin Luther King, in his message, was actually feeling bad that despite all things that has been done, still the condition is still bad. Then this message again telling us how do we offer a solution to what we are experiencing in the world, beautiful Christians, in the world, so there will be a lasting peace. But this country going on, people country giving their view, people come together, world powers, leaders come together, all to make some move or make some impact that will bring a change to the society, that will bring a change to the mankind, to bring a change to what we are experiencing in the world. But all those things seem hard to come, seem hard to come, seem hard to be. And that was the condition to experiencing a condition where the system totally bad and corrupt to the extent that we don't have even steady light supply. And since we don't have steady light supply, it then means that we are in darkness. And being in darkness means that we are in groove in darkness, in the sense that everything about us is dark, and hardly we will get anything good from that unless we are free from that particular darkness. And he then called for a solution in the sense that we need something to be done. So getting back to actually from where I actually stop, as I was saying, that the Martin Luther King gave his message, and the message he gave was about the world war that was fought in some years back, trying to find a solution. That was the message Dr. Savit sent me, and I myself look at the particular message by the Martin Luther King of wars being fought by countries, by several nations, with weapons of warfare, with chemical weapons, and despite that peace, that order has not come. I then go into myself. How will this message? What might be the essence of this message to me? I know that as a person and also a leader, that I ought to offer something to the particular condition of the world. And I said that since all these wars have been fought, with weapons, with so many things in the past. Despite that, nothing has come to be better. That I think that the war that we should go on this from that time henceforth, from that 6th of March, is the war of the nail. And thank God I was going on a 3 day prayer, days right, sort of with the will of God, charismatic renewal, Semaket Parish, Federal Nation. So I committed it in prayer, and I make it then combined with my own condition that time, because I'm in deeply pains because of my ill health, and I committed it to the particular condition that I'm gonna go into the 3 day prayer mode with dry fasting and prayer. And I did that fasting and prayer, and then go on with that and come and meditate. The essence that I continue with fasting and prayer. I did a dry fasting and prayer 2 days, and then I continue with fasting and prayer for the rest of the day, praying that God will be very involved in my condition, the condition of God in Nigeria. I target that that I have been, that we the youth, and I myself, that we have been down, and we are into spiritual evolution. People that are going to go through my timeline within that from that 7th or 8th of March will see my comments on Facebook and see my post that I made, that I'm urging all the youth to join me in fasting prayer, to see the hand, to see the face of God, that we are being spiritually depressed, that we are being attacked, that we are going to go into stress prayer, fasting and prayer, that God will be invoked, that we are into spiritual evolution with God fasting and prayer, that God will be invoked in our condition, in the condition of our country, Nigeria. That was my prayer point, my intention for this prayer, and I started this prayer. And with that 3 day dry fast and prayer, which ended on Sunday, I came back that early Sunday morning. I put on my black and black, and then went on to St. Michael Parish, and thank God that was on 8th of March, being Sunday, when the Catholic faithful in Nigeria also staged a protest, a peaceful demonstration about the killings in our country, Nigeria. And I was in my own black and black then, and I joined my own mood of prayer, that we have been spiritual, that we are spiritual depressed, and we are into spiritual revolution, that God will be invoked, that are into revolution, that God will be invoked into our condition. And that was my mood of prayer, and that was my prayer point, and that was my post on Facebook then. And we journeyed with the Catholic faithful on that Sunday, being the 8th day of March 2020, in their peaceful demonstration. And we started it from Semuke Parish in the evening time, went one figure through 7 Port Harcourt Road, and then back to Semuke Parish, and I was videoing it that time in my Facebook. People are following my Facebook, see the cover, the video, the Facebook live episode about that particular peaceful demonstration. The priest there, Father Alex, and I don't remember, and some people can also bear witness to that. And I made it on the Facebook. And why I did it is for the youth and other people to join and be part of that particular prayer mode, to actually go on with that prayer liberation, that we are being spiritually depressed, attacked, and put down, that we are into spiritual evolution alone, that God will be invoked, that God will be invoked in the condition of Nigeria, will invoked in my own personal condition, what I'm going through. And then continue with this prayer. After this message is sent to me by Senator Dr. Umeh, linking you and telling you how he's been divine leader. And on that, I went on with that prayer, continue it till end of March. And I received another message again on the 27th 28th of March by Senator Victor Umeh. Message read that is that Anambra State on 26th of March through his Governor Chief Obiano Madabochukwu Abodike announced lockdown in Anambra State that will take effect on Monday, 29th of March. And the message came to my Facebook, my boss, to my messenger on my Facebook. That see how coincidental, how God works in Anambra State. That on the day 26th day of March, that our governor announced lockdown in Anambra State, coincides with the word of God in Isaiah 26:20. What God told us that we should go inside and look around door. We should go inside and lock our door fully wide, while the anger of the Lord pass. And while the anger of the Lord pass, that every mother will be revealed. And every mother will be revealed. Every mother will be revealed. And God will punish those sinners. And that is the word from the particular man of God. The Bible message was the Prophet, and I went to it and I saw the word. The word at the day that was from March 2020, being declared by a governor of a lockdown, coincides with the word of God of Isaiah 26, verse 20, 26, signifying that 26 day of March, March 20, signifying year 2020. And that's what is signified and coincides with the action or the word in that particular word of God, that we should go inside and knock our door for the while the anger of God pass, and as a punishment on every mother will be revealed. And likewise, the word of God, I went back to my history and I realized that when I see there of my life, I started my own fasting and prayer program, and that is also coincides in that consider of March, make it 21 days. That 21, but the 20 of my fasting and prayer coming to the end, and that 26th day also coincides with the same word of God of Isaiah 26:20. You was explained that fasting and prayer on 6th of March, and you count from 6th of March to 26, that is 21 days. So that 21 day fasting and prayer coincide with the word of God in Isaiah 26:20. And likewise, that word of God, I didn't have my own vision from that word of God. God will say to me by Spirit of it. I see having the same word, revelation and visions again from God as pertains to the same silver number there. I don't realize also that particular consist of March. Also that you cannot let alone that particular month, I mean the third, and then I added that particular month third to that 26th day of March, and this is now 29. And it also signifies in the same word, in the word of God of Isaiah 9:21, the word of God told us that this is the time that we will punish all sinners, that all those have been oppressing the poor, the widow, the widow, all those have been depriving justice from the righteous, from the children of God, that they will be punished. That God will kill all sinners, that will destroy all sinners, that God will destroy all those sinners and destroy all the people that are oppressing the poor, the less privileged, that this is the day of freedom and liberty unto all the children of God. The word of God Isaiah 9:20. And likewise, he took us to the word of God of Isaiah 30. God said that particular lockdown that was announced by Governor Chukwunonyerum, the governor, took effect on that 30th of March 2020, being Monday. And that 30th of March, likewise signified, coincides with the word of God of Isaiah 30:20. And where it also told us, so Lord, that God will put us a difficult time. And it coincided because we know on that 30th of March there was the lockdown in Anambra State, and the people are going into difficult time. Likewise, I myself, I bought some goods. So Jamaica, I bought more than 500,000 to say, it was locked up. We locked it up for months. So everybody going through a difficult time within that time. And we go to in Isaiah 30:20 that God say that He's going to put a difficult time, but within that time that He's going to teach us about Himself. That He's going to teach us Himself. That Isaiah 30:20. That we know that we don't need to go and search for him anymore. For it just to be himself. And also within that time, within this time, that those who met their gold, their silver with idol, we throw them away, but throw them away and call them filthy. And that's the time the power of God will be in action. And the time we spend, and that's why I was saying that even particular condition by doing coronavirus, we are experiencing that it's not ordinary, that God is the Lord of earth, that everything that happens, God is in charge, that God actually when they want to sometimes collect some evil, some things in the system, and you are gonna use sometimes the means you want. And you also know actually that the youth is what God is targeting, as God did in the time of Jeremiah and the time of David, where you shoot the youth, you shoot them young to correct the system. And as we're seeing what is going on in the world system and in our country Nigeria system, that the system, the political system is down, the people that are in charge are not living up to expectation. And God has been mocked, rejected by even to foreign nations, those in the developed nation that have done so many things that show that they didn't have any regard for God. And seeing the condition of pandemic coronavirus, you know that anger of God is on gas. I know that it's somewhere that his anger is on ground, and you will see it by what is happening. That is a condition that will tell even those the Europeans, the developed nation, that think that they cannot do and not do, that God is in charge and that God can do anything He wants at any time. And it's coming to that particular point, you know that God has made a way, and He also told us in Isaiah that He was sent His word, and His word can never go back without fulfilling the midst. What is being sent, and the way have been sent to the pandemic coronavirus, and before it goes back, it must complete all what He has been sent for, which is preparing the face of the earth, and that is His word. Because He told us in a word of Isaiah 29, that is even sometimes people are trying to maybe avoid going to shore or things. Pandemic coronavirus, see them as being making a lot of mistakes. What they should have done is to avoid sin, even like word of nation. He told us in His word of Isaiah, in the book of the words of Psalm 29, that this is the time that who are expected to go back to God, that place where God is being worshipped, and pray to Him, and He will give us here and free us and then heal us. For He told us in His word in Psalm 29 that when you are being oppressed, when you are being attacked, or when you are being under condition of like earthquake, like disease, when you have been before, by all these things as was being prayed by his prophet, that you should go back to God, you should go to where God is being worshipped, that God is being worshipped, and pray to God, and God will actually give that to your own prayer, and then He will. That is the word of God, and it's from 29, oh Lord. Oh, that whenever you are being attacked, or the person, that whenever you are being attacked by disease, by prayer, by war, I go back to God, and God is being worshipped, and God will give ear to you. And that's what we are doing now. We reach the right step in the right direction, that we will come to God in prayers, that you will control our conditional contact against, and make this particular coronavirus onto our death, into our destruction. It will be a means by which the name of God will be glorified into our life, into our endeavor, that you never be aware, or that we will be imperfect, we will be power, we will be destroyed, we will be killed. Instead, you are aware, we will be uplifted if you are in the light way with God, if you are in the light manner with God. And He is then telling us as children of God that the pandemic coronavirus is meant to correct the system, and then make things being done normally, because before most of the poor are suffering, no good hospital, not be taken care of. But now the rich are also suffering, because there are no country they can go for health treatment, because everybody, all of us here now is in this country, like with other nations, to use what you have in your nation for your own good. That's what the Lord wants, and His way is on cast, and that's why He also gave us His word in Isaiah 3:1-9. That He will take away everything that people will go for. And you take away our water, take away our food, take away our prophet, take away our political leader, take away even our prophet, take away everything the people will go for. And the people will be led by immature boys, the youth. That is where. His word in Isaiah 3:4. that the people will be led by the youth, by the mature boy, and this is the time because the system is on ground. And that was I time in most of my youth meeting, youth agenda 2020. That is the time the youth should get themselves ready, so that God will use them as a vessel. God cannot use you as your youth if you live any type of life, messing up around. But if you're able as a youth, God